Oh my god, honestly, like, I feel like I've been gone for centuries, years. Like, where have I been? Like, where have I been? Sis, where have you been? Oh my god, like, the place was so backwards. It was just a hot damn mess. It was just trash. Everything was trash. As weeks went by, as months went by, things started to change and I started to see a lot of things. This parent tried to fight my deputy manager outside the building. I was like, what in the hell have I got myself into? All types of this and all types of that, and you know, what do you mean? What do you mean? I was like, ah! These people could be criminals. Like, these people could be all types of madness. I ain't working with them. These people could be criminals. Like, these people could be all types of madness. I ain't working with them.
We love Benny McCauley.
Hello, cutie.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Fats and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I hope you guys are having a blessed Friday. The weekend is coming, hunty. And I know some of y'all are wondering, like, why am I not at work? This is the right video to come through. But anyways, y'all, I missed you guys so much. It's been so long. Oh my god, it feels like centuries. It feels like years. Like, I'm back. I'm back though. Like, I'm back. I'm better. And it feels so good to be back. Honestly, like, I feel like I've been gone for centuries, years. Like, where have I been? Like, where have I been? Sis, where have you been? I don't know. I don't know. I do know, which is why I'm doing this video. I do know. And I'm here to give you guys a live update on me. Because, you know, I've been gone for a little while. For those who don't know or are wondering, girl, where have you been? Like, you just left us just like that. Like, girl, like, okay, so for those who follow me on social media, on Instagram, Snapchat, y'all know that, you know, I decided to actually go away for a little bit. I needed a break. I needed time away. And I went away to Tanzania. I went to Zanzibar for a few weeks and I was living my best life. Like, I was literally just like relaxing, being a tourist in my own country, you know, just roaming around through the streets of Zanzibar, eating. Oh, I did a lot of eating in Zanzibar, mate. What? I binge eat like no other business. Before I left the country, I was literally so drained. I was so tired. I was so exhausted. Like, I had no energy left in me. I was like, bruh, what in the hell is going on here? Like, what? This is not me. Like, this is not me. I'm usually the type of person to be pumped up and motivated and ready to just go. Like, we keep it moving. Quick, 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 quick. I realized what it was and I had to make changes. But before I wanted to make those changes, I needed to get away. For real, for real. My life was just a hot damn mess. Well, because of the job that I'm in, you know, sometimes it gets a bit, you know, tired. It gets a bit draining. It gets a bit exhausting. Like any other job, I'm not making excuses. For those who don't know the backstory, basically back in April, I left my job that I was previously in, where I was there for 3 years, and a lot of things happened. If you haven't watched the videos to leaving my job part 1, part 2 and part 3, please go ahead and watch it so you can get the backstory, but I'm just going to summarize it for you. Basically, the reason why I left my job, my previous job, because, you know, there was a lot of favoritism, a lot of mistreatment. They didn't want me to progress and do better. They just wanted me to stay on that same level, and I just felt unvalued. I felt unappreciated, and as times went by, I was literally like, you know what, it's time to go. That same month, a few weeks later, I got another job. I started my new job a few weeks later after that, and at that point, when I first started my new job, I was like, I just want a fresh start. I just want to do better. I just want to be in a different environment now. 3 years on that previous job was way too long and it's time to move on. And because, you know, the manager was giving me all this motivation and, you know, telling me, you know, you should definitely work here and you'll be able to put things in place, put structure and boundaries, and make sure that we want someone that's able to put in power and, you know, put things in place for the children and for the staff, and be able to, like, you know, progress and be able to get, you know, more roles a few months down the line when we give you you know, like a meeting and progression and things like that. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's really good. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first went into that place, the area that the job was in, the area where I used to work, it wasn't really the most prettiest area. Like, it was quite of a disadvantaged area, and I didn't even know that because obviously I'm not from here. Like, I'm still, you know, I've been here for a few years, but I'm still, you know, I'm still learning a lot here. So there's some places, some areas of Birmingham I haven't been. So I was literally like, oh, so this is the area that I'm going to be working at. And when you look outside, the setting itself doesn't really look pleasant. The place didn't look nice from the outside. Like, it just didn't look pleasant at all. Like, I wouldn't even send my child there. So I was literally like, okay. I got out the car and I said, you know what, Fats, don't judge the place. You never know what, you might like it when you get inside. Fast forward for that, I took the job, I took the position because I was persuaded that, you know, I should take the job, you know, and I can benefit a lot from it. And I was ready to take the job. In fact, I actually had no choice because I wasn't gonna go on for weeks and months without a job, you know. This rent, bills, food needs to be paid. I can't afford to not work. I have to work. So obviously I took the job, and, you know, I was so excited. I was ready to, you know, put in the work. You know, it was the month of Ramadan when I started, so, you know, I barely went on my lunch. I made sure all my journal books for the children was up to date. I just made sure that, you know, I was trying to put things in place, make sure there was structure and routine in the room. And everything was going fine for the first month. As weeks went by, as months went by, things started to change and I started to see a lot of things. Some things that shouldn't be happening. I was literally like, what the hell have I got myself into? You know when you enjoy what you do, but you're ignoring the signs that God is showing you, and it's right in front of you, but you're still ignoring it. And as months and months progressed, I was actually like, sis, like, what the hell? So there's a manager and 2 deputy managers, and one of them started on the same day as me. So literally I was like, whoo, at least I'm not the only one. And I remember speaking to the deputy manager, who's also a room leader in the other room. And I was just literally asking her, like, how are you finding it? And at first we're like, yeah, it's okay. And then as weeks and months went by, I was like, how are you finding it now? And we were like, it's different and interesting. Woo, yeah. But, like, you know, us being us, you know, us liking our jobs and liking what we do, we was ignoring the signs and things that we were seeing. The girls and the people that I was working with were so lazy. Like, they were so lazy. They expected everything to be done for them. And it started to literally take over me. Like, I started to get really tired because it's like I was doing everything in my room. Everything. I'm gonna go speak to the manager about this issue, about that issue. And then they seemed very understanding, and I was telling them all the issues that I had, and they're like, yeah, that person's always like that person's always like that. You know, you have to make sure, you have to put things in place, you have to put your foot down, make sure you put your foot down. And I'm like, yeah, I know I can do that, but like, what are you going to do about it? Because I expect you to actually send them to the office and make sure you have a little meeting, but that never happened. People were just being lazy, people were just doing the most. The people and the girls that I was working with, they didn't like being told what to do. Like, if you're asking them a question, why is that happening? Why is this happening? How come this hasn't been done? They didn't like it. So it was a lot of huffing and puffing. They didn't want to get things done. When you're telling them to do something, like I was having to repeatedly ask people to just do their job, and it was just getting very draining. Like, you know, there were times where I never went on my breaks because by the time I go on my break, the room is already upside down. And the children that I was working with when I first came, there was no structure, there was no boundaries. People were just doing whatever they wanted to do. There was no rules in the setting, so people were just doing whatever they wanted. People were coming in whenever they wanted to come in, and then they were signing in at the time that they were supposed to come in, and they were getting away with it. But the moment that I do that, oh, let's cross the time that she said that she was coming in, and then we're gonna write the time that she actually came in. And I'm literally like, wait, hold on. So it's okay for her to come in half an hour late, but when I'm 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, oh no, we're gonna cancel it. And it was just like a whole lot of questioning. Why are you late? You're late, you're this. But then the person behind me, or the person in front of me, was half an hour late and nobody said anything. It was just trash. Everything was trash. The managers were trash, the directors were trash, the parents, oh my goodness, don't even get me started with that. Oh my god, like the place was so backwards. It was just a hot damn mess. Some of these kids were coming in for their lunch. They were eating chicken nuggets every day. Chicken nuggets every day. I was so sick and tired of seeing chicken nuggets every day. I thought that I was going to turn into a chicken nugget. I was like, why are these kids just eating chicken nuggets for their lunch? Just chicken nuggets every single day. It was just too much. Or they were eating like processed food, like just meatballs. Like, what kind of lunch is that? Meatballs and chicken nuggets. Like, they just had no care in the world. And when you were giving feedback and just telling them, this shouldn't be done, your child should come in with a balanced diet, they had no care in the world. One parent who was a staff from the after school club, this parent tried to fight my deputy manager outside the building. I was like, what in the hell have I got myself into? It was literally the most ratchet ghetto thing I've ever seen. Don't get me wrong, Love and Hip Hop, Black and Crew, I watch this all the time. Real Housewives of Atlanta, I watch it all the time. Bad Girls Club, all of that. That's all ratchet. This parent was literally about to fight my deputy manager in front of her kids. Like, at first, I legit thought it was a joke. And because the deputy manager was just like, you know, you should have gone up. Like, she was just, you know, just bantering with her, joking with her. Like, you know, talking to her in a bantery way and a jokey way. And then as soon as we got out of the building, this parent started going off. Now, I feel like it was a bit of a setup because there was no cameras outside of the building. I know, there was no cameras outside of the building. And she chose to go off on my deputy manager outside of the building because she knew that there was no cameras outside of the building because she knows she's going to get away with it. And obviously she was very close with the director and she knew she was going to get away with it. So by the time we got out of the building, she was literally going off on my deputy manager. Them two are literally going back and forth, and it just got really heated. And she started getting close, and I thought things were about to go down. I had to stay quiet because I didn't want it to look like we was ganging up on her or bullying her. So I had to witness everything, and I literally was in shock. I was in shock that I even forgot where I was. I had to write a witness statement, and it was just oh my god. I was like, I need to get out of here. And then on that same week was graduation week. Another parent tried to fight me as well. I was like, no, this is the wrong week for me. It was literally a few days before my birthday, and I was like, I'm really trying my best to actually be a better person. Like, I'm really trying my best to be a better person. I don't want to be dealing with rubbish. I don't want to be dealing with crap. So, yeah, another parent tried to fight me. And it was during graduation. It was after their ceremony. They were having their party. And this particular parent didn't even show up to her son's graduation. But yeah, it's my fault that you didn't turn up to your son's graduation. I was like, sis, this is not the time. It was very hot that day. It was literally very, very busy. It was very hot. I didn't have my lunch. I was so hungry. Like, you know when someone's coming crazy at you, and it was literally so like, this woman was so disrespectful. Like, she was literally coming at me, charging at me, all types of this and all types of that, and you know, what do you mean? What do you mean? I was like, ah! Honestly, imagine having someone, a parent, literally screaming and shouting you right there in your face, and you haven't ate. You've literally been busy since 5 o'clock in the morning. You're tired as hell, you're hungry as hell, and you're having someone right there. You haven't had no lunch, it's very hot. And I literally had to tell her to get out of my room because you are disturbing the children. This woman was upset because her child wasn't at the front of the line during graduation ceremony and he was at the back of the line. And we didn't take good pictures of him. We didn't take lots of group pictures of him. Let me just tell you something. These kids have never had graduation ceremony, Christmas party, Halloween, Eid party. They've never had any of that. Me and the deputy manager introduced that. We introduced graduation. Okay, we put that in so the kids could have a nice send-off when they leave. Literally that day, the parents were so happy about this graduation. Like, they loved it because they've never had it before. The children were so happy. And then you've got this one parent literally screaming and shouting, hollering, you didn't take good pictures of my child. We ain't got the time for that. You should even be happy that we even gave you a graduation. We gave your children a graduation. We gave the children a graduation. The children were happy. The parents were happy. We even got flowers from one of the parents. Like, they were so happy. They loved it. Of course, for us, for me and my deputy manager, that we've come from outstanding settings and outstanding places that we've worked at, for us, this was just average. It was a satisfactory graduation ceremony. But because of the resources that was given to us, we didn't have enough resources. The directors had no care in the world about the well-being of the children, about the well-being of the staff. They just did not care. They had no care in the world. As long as they got their money, that's all it mattered. I was just thinking to myself, this place is too dodgy. Too dodgy. This place isn't for me. I need to get out of here. There's other situations that happened, other things that I found out as well. This particular setting that I was working at was actually on the Daily Mail years back. And I remember hearing about it, but it was called something else before that. And turns out one of the parents confirmed it, and it wasn't like we was asking the parents. One of these parents, yeah, she just would, once you speak to her, there was this parent, right, she would go on and on and on, like she wouldn't stop talking. And this one day she was going on and on how she used to work at this setting, and you know, she was working at the setting when a certain situation, it was that particular setting, and it was like, oh, it was another person that was here and that director, and you know, they closed it down and then they reopened it, and I was like, oh, interesting. Like, you know, this is just too messy. Let me get out of here. Just let me get out of here because this is just too much. I also found out that most of the staff that I was working with, they didn't have no DBS. Like, they had no DBS. They were saying that they were qualified for this and they were qualified for that. There was no certificate to prove it. It was all lies. And I was literally like, you know what, I can't work here. For those who don't know what a DBS is like a type of certificate that you should have when you're working in a school, in a setting, in a hospital. Like, you should have a DBS. They used to call it CRB check, but now it's called DBS. And most of the staff that I was working with, they didn't have a DBS. And then when the manager was asked about it, how come these staff don't have a DBS? Oh, they couldn't afford it, but they said they were gonna get it. Hell no! I'm not about to work with these people. Like, these people could be criminals. Like, these people could be all types of madness. I ain't working with them. Hell no! I'm not about to work with some criminals. Like, no! I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe, and there's other places that I could work at. So, I started doing my job search on Indeed, and I found a job just right for me. And the job that I'm in, I started working at a new job, and y'all probably thinking, sis, you didn't waste no time. Once you start showing me a form of disrespect, mistreatment, discrimination, favoritism, and cutting my hours down, I have a problem. I literally have a problem, and once you start doing that, I will not waste no time. I will literally apply for other jobs and leave. Simple. I'm not wasting no time and try and argue with you, and you try and get a reaction out of me. No, I don't need to waste no time. I'll just remove myself out of the situation. It's that simple. I didn't waste no time. As soon as I got back from Zanzibar, I started a new job, and this job literally came at the right time, because I remember praying last year, I cannot work at this field full time anymore. I need to find something that is part-time, 4 days a week, 4 days, try and get this money, and the rest of them is work on myself, work on other ventures, and start taking my goals and dreams seriously. Not saying that I haven't been taking my goals and dreams seriously. I always have. It's just a form of planning, and it's just been planning and investing, and making sure it's right for me, and that's what's been going on. Hence why I was in Tanzania for a few weeks. I wasn't just living my best life in Zanzibar, y'all. Like, I was actually in Dar es Salaam for a whole week as well, and I was working on things that I'm not ready to reveal just yet, but honestly, I'm so excited. This is my 9 to 5 at the end of the day. Like, I can't stop working. Like, I have to work a 9 to 5 in order for me to survive, in order for me to, fund my goals and dreams. I have to do it. But I'm not about to do it full time. So this job came up at the right time, and it was like a qualified nursery practitioner, 4 days in brackets. I was like, hell yeah, I'm taking this job. They tried to offer me a full-time position. I was like, hell no. No. 4 days is enough for me. And so far it's going very well. I started this week, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really am really enjoying it. And guess what? As the job that I'm in is literally in my area. I don't have to walk 1 hour to get to work. I don't have to walk 1 hour and 45 minutes or 1 hour and something minutes to get to work. It's literally a 4-minute drive, a 25-minute walk, and I'm living my best life. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye.